I'm gonna show you how to get a credit limit increase on your Capital One credit card with no hard inquiry. So I am currently traveling on the road. I just got back from New York. Now I'm actually in Richmond, Virginia. And I came out to Richmond, Virginia for an actual event that I got invited to by YouTube. See right there, it's pretty awesome. It's called the Creator Collective. This is all made possible by every single one of my subscribers out there. You showing your support got me into the actual YouTube Shorts creator community. And I got to actually go hang out with a bunch of other YouTubers, have some dinner, a couple of drinks. It was pretty awesome. So thank you, YouTube. And more than anything, thank you to every single one of my subscribers out there that has been a part of our community and supporting us. Now, I got some crazy secret sauce that I need to talk to you about with Capital One. So if you have a Capital One credit card, you need to watch this. If you've been rebuilding your credit with Capital One, making all of the wrong steps, you've been fumbling the bag, as we like to say, I'm going to teach you all the do's and the don'ts and how to get a credit limit increase on your Capital One credit card with no hard inquiry. So you need to make sure you watch this to the end. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Mike, the Credit Guy. I'm the owner and founder of Limitless Culture. We created the most advanced DIY credit management system in the industry. Our system allows you to take control of your credit, creating custom Metro 2 attack letters every single round, never using templates, for only $55.99 a month. Link is always going to be in the description. Now let's get into this video. So if you have a Capital One credit card, you have literally beat the game because you need and you want to have an actual big bank credit card on your credit profile. Capital One is one of the largest subprime lenders in the United States, and it is in fact in the top 5 banks that you want on your credit profile. So you have Capital One, Discover Bank, American Express, Citibank, and Chase Bank. If you can get one of those on your credit profile, or 2 or 3 or all of them, it shows banks that you are a responsible borrower and that you do in fact pay on time. So this is why it's super important to focus on keeping and getting those banks on your credit profile. And you want to stay away from the Credit Ones, the First Premiers, the Open Skies, because that tells a story that you have in fact been in a not so great place. And I made another video talking about what to do if you do have those on your credit profile. People love to say Capital One is stingy. They don't want to give anybody any money. No, it's because you're not using your credit card properly. You need to use your credit card and pay it off in full. Use it for your basic everyday expenses. So you have a light bill, a water bill, a cell phone, car insurance. Put those things on your actual Capital One credit card and pay them off in full every single month. I know you've heard people out there say, only use 10% of your credit. You don't want to use more. No, throw that theory out in the trash where it belongs, because you have to realize something. If you're only using $10 or $20 of your $500 available credit, why would the bank want to give you more money? They won't, because you're not using the credit. And Capital One specifically does this with their credit card holders. If you're not using the money, they're not going to give you more money. So you need to show them that you can responsibly use the credit card and pay it off in full every single month. And if you do this, Capital One will in fact give you a credit limit increase every 6 to 8 months, or you can go inside the app and request that credit limit increase, and they're gonna give it to you like nothing, like it's not even a big deal. But you have to use the credit card properly, and you have to pay it off in full every 6 months as you start to build and establish that relationship with Capital One. Last part is the most important. Did you know that the actual physical branch locations for Capital One have a like button the moment you get past the first door? No, they actually don't. But this channel definitely has a like button, so make sure that you smash that like button and you hit the subscriber button, because we're trying to get this channel to 1 million subscribers, and we cannot do it without you. 2 very important rules with Capital One. You do not, and I repeat, do not want to take a credit card offer from them if you are building your credit with them and you have a Capital One actual platinum card or the Capital One platinum card secured, because they will in fact try to offer you another credit card like the Quicksilver One. We do not want to take that offer. We want to get them to raise those credit limits on our existing credit cards that we have with them, because if you have a low limit credit card with $200, $300, or $500, and then you go apply for a credit card with Citibank or with Discover, they're gonna also offer you a low limit. So we need to work to raise those credit limits, and then we actually use the upgrade system that I created in another video. You go and you upgrade that credit card because now you got it up to $1,500, $2,000, or $3,000, and now it makes sense to upgrade it and switch it to a better product, and then you can go apply and get an actual other credit card with a higher limit. Now I'm going to tell you the second one. Number 2, do not, and I repeat, do not carry a balance with your Capital One credit card when you are rebuilding with Capital One. You want to make sure you use the card and you pay it off in full every single month, and that it actually reports that you paid it off in full every single month. That is the key, and do this consecutively for every 6 to 8 months at maximum. The more you do this, you can go into the Capital One app and every 6 months, or at maximum every 12 months, ask for a credit limit increase with no hard inquiry, and you continue to raise that credit limit. So when you go to another bank, like what we talked about earlier, they actually give you another high limit credit card, and you don't have a bunch of low limit credit cards on your credit profile. Now we're going to go into the Capital One app now. Just open up your phone and you're going to go to your actual Capital One account, and you're going to choose the credit card that you want to do a credit limit increase. Now remember, before you do this, understand you can do this every 6 months. If you do not get approved, that's not a big deal. They'll actually send you a letter telling you why they could not give you a credit limit increase. Now you use and read that reason that comes in the mail so you don't make a mistake again, and you improve on whatever you need to improve and come back in 6 months and do it again. There's no hard inquiry. You can do it as many times as your little heart desires if you really want to. So now you go down to the very bottom of your screen. Well, first pick the credit card that you want to do a credit limit increase on in the app. Once you pick that credit card, at the very bottom right, you're going to see where it says profile. Click on profile. Then you're going to see it's going to say account features and settings. Click on that. And then after you click on that, you're going to see request a credit limit increase. You're going to tap on that button right there. And then it's going to give you a bunch of prompts. It's going to start to ask you a series of questions. Now, the first one is going to be your employment. Never ever put that you are self-employed, because what can happen is they can cap you, or they can actually request proof of your actual income. This is a really big deal, and you do not want to put that on there, because then they're going to put self-employed on your credit profile, and then all the other lenders are going to see that you're self-employed. You are in fact employed by your company, so make sure that you put that you are employed. It's very important. Whatever your role is with the company, managing director, chief executive officer, whatever it may be, put that in your occupation part. That is very important that you put this in there properly. Next, it's going to ask you what your monthly rent or mortgage is. Now, if you live with your family, your parents, or some friends, and you don't have a mortgage payment or you don't have rent, it's okay to put 0. There's nothing wrong with that. It's going to ask you what your monthly spend is also. So you want to put whatever your monthly spend is going to be, 5,000, 10,000, 6,000, 1,000, whatever it may be, what your monthly spend is on your actual credit cards all together. So you put that in there, you slide the bar, and it's going to tell you, congratulations, you've actually been approved for a credit limit increase, and you're done. It's literally just that simple. But you got to remember, you want to follow all the steps that I told you. And remember, do not ask for a credit limit increase if you are carrying a balance with Capital One, because that can be the #1 reason why you get declined. Remember, some people, we have seen the data points that they still got approved when they have balances, because it's all based on your relationship. But if you haven't been carrying balances for very long and you've actually had a good relationship with Capital One, then they may approve you. But we do not want to give them a reason to deny us. That is the most important thing to understand here. So I hope you enjoyed it. It was really just that simple on how to get a credit limit increase with Capital One credit cards. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If there's anything else specific you want me to talk about, drop it in the comment section. Drop some emojis in there so we can get this video going, because it's all about you, our community. We cannot do it without you, and I cannot thank you enough. So thank you for watching. Now make sure that you watch the next video, because that's exactly how you can upgrade your credit card with Capital One from an unsecured or a secured platinum to an unsecured credit card. And as always, don't forget, subscribe to increase your credit score.